Hi whiskey lovers, I'm back with a whiskey review today of something that every single person who gets into whiskey asks about. And the reason they ask about it is because it is absolutely a beautiful bottle and it catches the eye in the store. So everybody wants to know, is this any good? This is Willett pot still, and if I've seen one person ask if it's good, I guarantee I've seen 500. Everyone wants this bottle on their shelf, it seems. So I'm going to taste it today and we're going to see if it's worth it. By the way, before I get on to this, this will run typically in the $30 range, somewhere between $30 and $40. You will find it priced higher in some places, but those people are artificially elevating the price. It is a sub $40 bourbon, so don't get ripped off by somebody that's trying to make an extra buck, unless it is worth that to you just to have the bottle. Okay, it's an inexpensive bourbon, so don't be spending $100 on it thinking that you're getting a premium product. That said, just because it's cheap, it doesn't mean that it's bad. So let's see what it actually tastes like. Also, this bottle's been open for, I don't know, about 3 months, and had a few pours taken out of it. So this isn't a brand new open bottle. It's been sitting, allowed to oxidize just a little bit. The nose is vanilla and cinnamon with ethanol. This smells young. It is sweet with just a little spice, but it is not very refined. It's not an unpleasant nose, but there are some harsher ingredients in it. For me, the wood that is in this, the smell reminds me of burned twigs on the outskirts of a campfire. Let's see what it tastes like. The first thing I get on the palate is, again, that charred, burned twig flavor. For some reason, it is not charred oak or aged oak as I would typically get on bourbon from the cask. This is more of a, like I said, a small, insubstantial twig. There's a little bit of cherry, the cinnamon again. There's some caramel. Overall, there's a lot of that charred note in it. It's almost acrid. I'm trying to think of other descriptors for the minor little notes that are in it. It's not so harsh as to say acetone or anything like that, like I've gotten with some very, very young whiskeys. It's nothing like that. It's not, that's rather off-putting, and this isn't quite that bad. But at the same time, I don't find this extremely enjoyable. Yeah, no matter where I go with this and no matter how many times I sip it, it always maintains a dominating flavor of that acrid, charred oak above everything else. The sweet caramel, the vanilla, the cherry, the spices, it's all muted and buried down underneath all that campfire twig thing. The finish is a little better in that it's not quite so bitter. It's woody with some spice. The fruit is all gone, and it is medium short. I would not personally recommend this to anybody. It is a mixing bourbon only, as far as I'm concerned. Keep in mind that at its price point, that's probably the intent. And the bottle is possibly part of the marketing to sell an inexpensive mixing bourbon. If I were to score this, I would put the nose at about a 60 to 62, about a 60. The palate, though, I'm going to put the palate at a 50. And the finish, because it's just so simple, is probably going to be about a 47. Not very enjoyable for me. So there you have it. As you see, I have a bottle of it. So it's not necessarily not worth having, but I can tell you that beyond doing a review for you guys, for me, this is going to go in an old-fashioned or something like that. Not something I would ever sip other than for the purposes of a review. Whatever your tastes, as I always say, go out and find a whiskey you'll love.